Hello, this is Cuckoo, and I'm at Superbooth 2022, and I'm here at Sequential's and Oberheim's booth. Are you two companies now?
So, after Tom getting the rights to use the Oberheim name back, we have sort of developed what we call an exclusive partnership. So, Tom is steering all of product design for Oberheim, and the Sequential design and engineering team is helping him bring it to life and manufacture the product. So that's our relationship.
That's a lovely relationship. It sounds like two of the good people working together.
Yeah, two of the best, Tom and Dave, and it goes back, over 40 years. So it's cool to have everything all together.
So the guy we're talking to works for Sequential and Oberheim?
Well, because of the arrangement, it is both. Yeah.
This is Andy, and he's going to show us around the new Oberheim. What's it called again? I just see Oberheim. I don't see the name of it.
It's the OB-X8. So it's like the next evolution of the OB line of analog polysynths. The first one in like 30-something years.
Yeah.
Starting in 1979, there was the OB-X, which was Tom's first sort of microcontroller, preset memory controlled analog polysynth. And over the next handful of years, it evolved to the OB-X8 and then finally to the OB-8. So all of the elements of all three of those instruments are included here in the OB-X8. And then we have some new things, like aftertouch and velocity sensitive keyboard and some other extras. And it's really great to be able to mix and match elements of all of the vintage instruments, and it sounds like it should for an OB polysynth.
That's good to hear. We're going to listen to this very shortly. I realized that I had to step back a couple of steps in order to show the whole thing, because this is huge.
It's a big instrument. It's width-wise, it's almost exactly the same as the old ones. We did, fortunately, we're able to lose a little bit of depth in the back, and there's no giant heatsink like you find on the big vintage ones. But yeah, it's kind of a luxury sometimes to have, giant knobs and giant switches and lots of space in between the controls. It's really a pleasure to use.
And by the way, something that Andy told me was that there's no digital processing in it, no reverbs, nothing like that.
No, it's just a couple of discrete VCOs and a discrete SEM filter, and then also 3320 Curtis 2-pole and 4-pole. So it's all the stuff from the original ones, all baked into one instrument. So it's everything you sort of expect from the front panel, with some interesting, let's say, eccentricities of the way people did things back in the day, and all that stuff is included here as well. Another interesting element of the instrument is that we've been able to recreate all the original presets, actually import them from the factory cassettes that they would ship on. And it's quite interesting because several of the presets were maintained through the different versions, but as you kind of go through, you can really tell how the tonality changed based on the iteration of the instrument. So here's the OB-8, sort of brass patch, and then we can go to the same version with the XA.
A bit more spiky.
Yeah, a bit spikier, yeah. And then not a lot of people know about the OB-SX, but that was actually a preset Oli version that came between the OB-X and the OB-XA, so that's included here as well. And the OB-X was the oldest, so that's the one that's using the low pass mode for the SEM filter. But really, there's just a lot of great, classic, beautiful sounds that you can make with the machine.
Is there there's not a stereo aspect to this, is it? No.
It's good that you asked, because there is a stereo aspect to it, and it's quite.
I kind of sense it right now.
Yeah. So if we jump over here into page 2. All right. So first of all, you have several modes. People who are familiar with like the sort of sequential way of doing things know pan spread. So pan spread takes all the voices and sort of fans them out in the stereo spectrum. So it's quite nice. we also have a width. So if we take it to full width, it really exaggerates the effect. And then we also have 4 left and 4 right, and where that really comes in handy is with splits and doubles. It's an 8-voice instrument, but you can also point to 2 different programs and have 4 voices go to each. So we'll come over here.
So then it becomes like 4 polyphony, but in true stereo.
Exactly. Yeah. So I know who you're really here to see Andreas do his thing. So thanks for your time.
Hello.
And we'll hand it over to you, man.
Thank you. Just a quick, a short availability and price, and where can people expect it to be?
Yeah. So the price in dollars is going to be $49.99, and then prices in Europe and other parts of the world vary a bit, but that's the general range. And we're almost into production, and so actually only in about a month or so we'll begin making the first units, and so they'll be available quite soon.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm really eager to try it out, so I'm going to hand the camera over to Andy. Yeah, so this is the new Oberheim. I still don't see the name, and I keep forgetting the name. It's on the back, right? OB-X8 collection of Oberheim's fantastic sounds throughout the years, all in one. Not all of the sounds that he's made in his whole career, but a fair bunch of them packed into this massive synthesizer. Yeah, thank you.